Hello, welcome to Red Head Art. First things first, subscribe to this channel. Don't want to miss out on any crafty ideas. Now today we're going to show you how to make these really fun Hama bead bracelets, or Perler beads or Melty beads in some countries. So these are these plastic beads where you need a pegboard, more to that in a minute, and you can turn them into bracelets. Don't they look nice? Here we go, I'll wear one whilst we do the demonstration. Now, so here are different patterns and different sizes. You just have to make it either tighter or a little bit shorter for different arms, but these actually fit all of us, so I think that's quite nice. So what you need is a pegboard. You need one of the large ones. You can see this one's been really used and loved over the years, but you do need a larger one because obviously you need to get a bit further across in order to make your bracelets. Now I'm just going to do a really simple one. I'm going to copy the flower one, and I've decided to make pink little blossoms because it's spring here whilst we're filming this, and I just wanted to replicate that pattern. But obviously you can make it a bit wider, so here I've gone across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. Here it's 3, and again this one's 5 lines. You can use a square pegboard too. It just means the end would be straight, and that's okay, so just as long as it's a large pegboard. So firstly you need to decide on your design, look up some patterns online or create your own, or make a real mixed colourful one, it doesn't really matter, and then start pegging. So I've done here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flowers, and I'm just going to copy that for ease's sake. As you can see, I've started already. My kids would complain about that because they love watching people do the whole process, but you know, I also like to prepare a little bit. Now whilst I'm finishing this off, I've also got an iron handy and ready to go, and you would also need some greaseproof paper, so that you use for baking. That's what you always need for Hama beads when you're trying to iron them, to get it, you know, so it doesn't stick. And once you've got that ready, you're ready to go. Here we go, that's my 6th one, a bit more green. So really the iron is hottening up at the moment, so really just get the amount that feels right for you. You can measure it first with a piece of paper, see how much you want to have around your wrist, and then take it from there. Another green piece. I'm on my last flower now, and then we're almost ready to get ironing. Now with Hama beads, obviously you're using an iron to melt them, so please 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 have an adult or grown-up help. Well, adult is a grown-up help you if you're not quite old enough to do that yourself, and get your grown-up to watch this video so they can see how to do it. Obviously if you're a bit older yourself and you're already allowed to handle the iron, or it's your own iron, or you're grown-up or whatever, ignore me. But younger people, please only do this with a grown-up if you can. So I've got my 7 across, and I'm going to move these beads because obviously I don't need them, and I don't want them falling all over the place whilst we iron. So we'll just tidy this up a little bit. There we go. Put them away. Oh, almost dropped a whole box. Imagine, that would have been a bit messy. Right, so I've got my board finished. Now, today I'm going to iron on my special wooden board. I'm allowed to do this because this is my wooden board and I know what I'm doing. When you're doing this at home, please use an ironing board with protective layers. This is a special demonstration one for the internet. So don't do it on any old wooden board, don't do it on the floor, do it on an ironing board. Get your greaseproof paper. This is quite a big piece actually, but that's okay. I'm going to use both parts. Now also what you need to have handy, sorry, before I start ironing, I've got a glass here, and this glass is what I'm going to use to shape it. So before you iron, get something, you know, that sort of width, which is sort of kind of wrist width or similar-ish, ready, because you're going to need it handy for whilst your bracelet is still warm. So as per the normal Hama beads, you just start ironing them. You can see. Be careful, we have a tendency of melting our boards. It's very easily done. I always sort of look and see how much it's sticking to my paper, and you can see it's really sticking a little bit. That means it's starting to melt, which is great. So let's see if they're all done. Don't take them off the paper, you do need to, here we go, look, it's stuck to my paper. That's great. Leave it on your paper, fold it over, because what you need to do now is you need to iron the other side. Now Hama beads are notorious for breaking. The best way whilst you're ironing it, you know, once you've finished it. What the best way for Hama beads to never ever break is you have to really, really melt them both sides. Like really, really, really melt them. And that way you'll get a nice sort of stiff, you know, solid plastic. And whilst it's still hot, and now be careful, mine is still hot, so I'm just touching the paper. You wrap it around your glass. Can you see? Very noisy, and you just hold it for a couple of minutes, and then that'll cool down and be your bracelet shape. Obviously you can make it a bit tighter or a bit looser depending on what you want. So have a look. Okay, I think it's already got the bracelet shape. Move that so you can see it's got the glass shape. It's already cooler now, so I can handle it, and because I can handle it, you know, I won't burn my fingers. So just be careful because it is hot. You have just used a very, very hot iron. Now the other thing to do whilst it's cooling is I take some sharp little craft scissors that I use for crafting. They're actually nail scissors, but I've bought them especially for crafting. And what you want to do is, not at the end, but just inside it, you want to make a hole. Again, whilst it's warm, it's easier. Once it's cooled down a bit, it'll be really hard to make this hole. So it's good to do it whilst it's cooling down, because this is where you're going to push your threads through your elastics. I'm going to just do that here as well. And make it as big as you can. Doesn't matter too much. And at the same time, do keep reshaping it and reinforcing that shape because it's melting. It's now cooling into place. Right, so I think we're ready. And whilst that still cools a little bit, here we go. I'm going to get a piece of elastic. Again, this is sort of just, I mean, you've got silver this time. Normally you have a nice black one, but I think silver works good too. Now you have to push that through. I'm going to push it through using my scissors because it's a bit easier. Here's your fiddly bit. This is always a bit fiddly. As you can see, but it's coming. Got it? Almost have it. You can see it peeping out already. Here we go. Look. Got it one end. Now I'm going to push it through the other end. I might just trim that because then it's not so frizzy. Lining it up with a hole. Again, pushing it through. Actually, I'm quite liking the silver. Quite pleased I didn't have any black left. I think it's rather sweet. Then I just tie a little knot, so it's tighter or looser depending on who it's for. Like this. There we go. And then, just to finish it off, I think it's quite nice because that way you can sort of, it's a bit stretchy and it slides over your arm a bit easier. And then I like to use sort of contrasting beads to kind of finish off the little end, if that makes sense. I'm going to use pink, I think, because I quite like the pink. I have a little pink one here. I'm going to tie a little knot. These make really, I think these make really fun friendship bracelets. So a knot that's big enough for your Hama bead not to kind of roll off. That's one. Trim that. That's just for decorative purposes, obviously. And then another one. Of course, if you want, you can do two different colours or complete different colour. I quite like them. And again, double knot at the end. And there you have a Hama bead bracelet or Perler bead bracelet made in, well, about 10 minutes because I already practiced using an iron. What do you think? This is going to be a bit tight for me because I didn't do this tight enough, but this green one does fit me. obviously, because I've loosened that a bit. So, but this will be lovely for my daughter. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed our Hama bead tutorial and that you'll have a go at making these fantastic friendships bracelets. Don't forget to subscribe to Redhead Art and see you again soon. Bye!